Welcome to the episode 20 of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This is Zeta, your host, the running egg and tuber. You guys are joining in when it gets more Assassin's Creed Valhalla every Tuesday and Wednesdays. You guys really are every week. So be sure to hit that red support button, like button. Stay connected as we normally do the rightful time. As long as we do the stuff the correct way instead of the wrong way as good as we can. If there's anybody in the chat today that has a Twitter, well, it's the only two apps you guys can only follow me under, which I always highly recommend, is Twitter and Discord. But the best thing about Twitter, you guys can send me out, tweet me out, leave a comment. Hey, what's up, Jaden? How you doing? I think you actually changed a little bit of your name with the slash a little bit. But yeah, if there's anybody in the chat that has a Twitter, you can do so by following me on Twitter at Zadie Zach Dawson. J is capitalized, C is capitalized in between. So, and the numbers are always the same, guys. It's 824-656-00. You guys do the same thing for Twitter. And if you guys also have a Discord, best Discord is you guys can send me a friend request. Tell me you guys said hello, and if there's anything you'd like to chit-chat, like say anything in general so far today, or anything, you guys let me know at this point. So are you Zayden's guy or something, or what's going on? So wait a minute, you're the man of Zayden, right? Let me know in the chat, buddy. And plus, guys, my content's always been pretty good at the same point at the same time, so, but other than that, guys, again, IZN News, once we get the first 19 to 20 minutes, we do have a little bit so far today. We're gonna do this one mission real quick. But yeah, that's the best way we handle things, guys, is if we... Oh, that's nice. So, how's Zayden doing?
The plan worked. One of Wigman's captains caught him sniffing around.
We guys, we watch videos in full. Like them, share them, tweet about, comment, stay connected all together.
I'll be planning our next move in the Longhouse.
Add it to a playlist. Is more importantly, guys, never ask anything back in return. And that would be never ask for support back. But if you guys do, if you guys also do have a want to vote for the idol, you guys can vote. Hopefully, there's one, maybe possibly this year. You guys can vote Aland at 32, Grey Summon at 13. Oh, that's nice. But what's you been up to today, Zayden? Anything interesting? Oh, by the way, good morning, by the way. But yeah, you guys will get an hour and 35 this morning, so we can keep a little more inclusion on it. So last episode, we actually did a couple more good missions yesterday, and got a little more stuff done, but doing 2 to 4 skills points that we recently unlocked. So we're actually doing this main mission right here. It's actually 1 of 2. Oh, sorry guys, and that'd be 1 of 2. And then tonight, guys, as you guys may know, I go back to work tomorrow, Friday, and then I'm off Saturday. So you guys are having a new episode between now and 25 minutes to an hour and a half of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So that'll be tonight. And then tomorrow night and Friday, you guys already know, you guys will have new episodes of Cyberpunk 2077 coming up. So that'll be tomorrow night after I get off work. So I don't expect it to be anything without a problem. So, oh yeah, I forgot to drop the other channel. Hold up a minute. You guys let me know if you guys have any questions anytime you guys like. IZ News will be the first 19 to 20 minutes. But the thing about my agenda today is possibly just a few things. I told my friend last night that you know, that all I'm doing tonight is a new episode of Black Ops Cold War, and then, you know, just relaxing for the rest of the night, maybe. But I think she wants to try to see me tonight before I go back to work tomorrow, so, let's start with the first one. Actually, not the first one. When we go back to the other I'm gonna go with the second one. It's I've always looking to see if there's anybody accused or anything. Remember, guys, the only two apps you guys can follow between the two apps, Twitter and Discord. My opponent's trying to get up to 300 by the end of this year. And once my opponent still has a 35% chance, Barrel, by the way, she's at 50. So apparently she still has a 39-point lead, 39, she's up by 39 supporters right now. And most of us already knew through Running Egg and Tuber.
How do you plan to deal with this?
We don't do S for S in here, because if people use the word too many times in the chat, like say for example, for too many times in between, people will, the channels will not get a shout out anytime soon, so, but it's all good frequently.
My family.
But yeah, my night last night was good, and stayed warm, and my opponent wanted to see me after, last night, so I'm like, why not? But other than that,
But not all together.
but other than that, guys, we should be okay and good to go for the most part, man. But I did sleep good at the end. But other than that, I didn't speak. I for one did not speak that much to Barrel last night, despite not an ordinary fact. But most of us, you guys already know. Also, you guys already know that Barrel's still not going to be on in the chat until, I mean, between the chat and Facebook. Not until before the end of fucking February behind that, but other than that, all I know is I think she's still trying to clear a little bit of her head, I believe, so I don't expect it to be a big size problem. It's like if anybody likes to clear their head, it's not a problem at all, you know, it's, all I know is just going walks, getting some fresh air, or getting something to eat with a drink or something like that. That's really one of the goodest things anybody can do. Clear their minds as good as they can, so. But as long as there's no secret to give that to anything to combined, but, you know. But yeah, guys, I go back to work tomorrow and Friday, then I'm off Saturday, so. And plus, Spider-Man Miles Morales has still been doing pretty good on the weekends, and, you know. I don't know, I'm still thinking of one of two, what I'm going to be doing after I beat Spider-Man Miles Morales, but I still think it'll be my very first game that's coming out that I'm going to be beating soon, hopefully. And the one that got my hit a little bit, guys, throughout the group, to Running Egg and Tuber. It's a little more of the fact, it's a little more due to the fact that, now, Lord of the Rings Gollum is not coming out till next year. Which I almost certainly think it's fucking ridiculous, to be honest. I mean, the fact is, I was a little more excited to see if that game's, Lord of the Rings Gollum was going to come out this year. But basically, no. But, a second thought, not quite, but at least they're having a little more time. Maybe, possibly giving another year behind that. Alright guys, so right now we have two more skill points. We have ability damage, stealth. Like I said, my content's been pretty good. But we only had one connection error last night when we were doing a new episode of Valhalla, but I think we might be okay this morning. We also have range damage, and evasion was 2, got stealth 1.7. We also have light attack damage 4.0. We also have a range resistance. That one has about 2.0. Same with the range 2.0 and 2.3. Health is 5.2. We got critical damage by 2. Melee 2.3. And melee. I think, okay guys, I'm gonna go with the next two. I'm gonna go light attack damage on this one. So I'm gonna go with this one to be a little more certain. And that one lock stealth, so that's 1.7. So when it comes to having light attack damage, it's a little more increasing between your attacks. Especially if they're not that bad of physical. And then I'm going to go with range critical chance. Which now we have a plus power of 47. And it is, well, it's a little more interesting too. Alright, IC News will be in the first 19 to 20 minutes. You guys will get news in another 10 minutes as we speak. Okay, yeah, my pun's still down by 39, and basically, my pun already got her ass up so far today, since apparently she has a appointment this morning. I mean, most of us are a little more excited that
Have you got a
she did get, as you guys may know, she did get the job for the nursing home at this point, so I also think she'll be getting plenty of money every 2 weeks, and hopefully matching the same form that I've been getting to. You know, I mean, it's like without making cash, your ass does not have a job behind it. So, but yeah, I think she's going to do good at that nursing home behind that. But yeah, she's going to be working every other weekend. So I'm like, I still think you're going to do a good job, honey. I know you really are. But other than that, guys, you know, it's not about what kind of job you get. It's all about if anybody can learn it, meet new people, and get in the hang of stuff as it should be. But other than that, as always, as absolutely the biggest opportunity, it's like, why should somebody hire you to get a job in the first place? You know, like for example, I told you guys a story behind this earlier. The reason why I chose Walmart is because, you know, I'm a loving, caring, interesting, respectful human being as king, and, you know, I love what I do. You know, plus on February 23rd, it'll be 4 years since I've been at Walmart completely, and my point gave me a little bit of applause for me, and yeah, see that, and yeah, she's pretty much proud of me going forward, and, you know, most of us can wish my point the best of luck in the chat to get the rest of that interview done, hopefully. Like I said, I think my pun's going to do a real damn good job. I'm telling you. Back when she worked at the previous nursing home, you know, she did a good job as a cleaning person. As my pun went on to say plenty of times, going in when her and I get married in the future, guys, to Running and Tuba all together, is she's like, don't worry about me. I'll let me do the cleaning. I'll let you do the good relaxing. And I'm like, why not? Why not? But other than that, guys, she'll be finishing the part of her interview around 1 o'clock today. She also has grocery shopping afterwards, and I don't know if she wants me to come down tonight. I mean, I was a little bit close of not coming down last night. It's just sad my pawn wanted me to be careful, not to get my ass slippery or anything. So, and it wasn't all too bad. I mean, the weather out here today, last night was not bad. Besides, I always know how to keep my ass warm every time, so it's not all too bad. So I know, guys, we're gonna be starting one raid. We're gonna be starting this raid, and I think we're gonna go to a couple other interesting stuff too. And also, my watch time's been pretty good too. My highest now is 6.9. But yeah, that's why you guys can see through Running Egg and 2. My content's been pretty damn good, and it really has too. I mean, with greatness when it comes to any starting video, it's like if you know how to make a video, people can get plenty of views and plenty of likes, plenty of comments, plenty of support. So we can sell them to Running and Tubo, to see what kind of great content that people want to see. You know, I always gave the greatness to you guys. I never set up between comments. I love what I do, and I'm a badass when it comes to making great content most of the time. You know, I don't waste any time. I just keep going towards what I love doing at the same point at the same time. So right now I'm having a little help between these guys, taking on a couple of these enemies. And pretty much one of these guys has a little bit of sleeves, trying to prove they try to battle a couple of my good guys. But guess what? They already got a couple of those guys killed already. So there's really not much to to be relentless for it, but yeah, anytime I'm up every 5:15 to 5:30 every morning when it comes to with the morning sips so far today, and when it comes to also being off every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturdays, my ass is always tired as good as possible, as badly as possible. But you know, some guys, as long as I get real good sleep, that's a good thing. But it really is. As long as you know what you're doing, based on good content that people want to see, you guys are good. And so far for me, guys, I've been getting numerous comments. But I did apologize for the stupid connection I had last night. So I'm like, I'll do an hour and 22 and see what happens there. And pretty much, thankfully, it was actually good enough for me. So, even though connection gets disrupted every now and then, pretty much 85 to 90% of the time it's not a problem. So, it's all good. Alright guys, let's see if we can get these bastards down here instead of bothering my ass up in this cage. I'll get this asshole too. Well, he didn't have any damage, so, you know, it doesn't really stop a couple of these guys, especially if they want to knock the shit out of me. But other than that, guys, we're doing our first raid real quick. Then we're going to be going back to some main missions. But yeah, like I said, this game, I always like Assassin's Creed. And that's why Assassin's Creed is always, you know, one of the best RPGs franchises of all time, you know, and, you know, back when I was playing Final Fantasy when I was a kid, I knew any RPG game was going to really be a big thing, and, you know, that's why and great stuff that people can do on the channel comes great responsibility. It's not about the ones that put the work in, it's all about the host and the creator that can make the work happen, you know. No matter what happens, as long as we put our mind to it and think about good stuff that people want to post on it, you know. As long as more people try to do what they're supposed to do at this point by delivering the good stuff that people want to see on your channel, so. Okay guys, let's see if we can unlock a couple of these other people real quick. As we have about possibly like 2 or 3 civilians, I would assume. But I did lose 4 supporters at the end of last night. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Is this happening to me, or what's going on? I mean, one thing's for sure, guys. I'm guessing it must have been the stupid perds from YouTube that struck me a little bit. But most of us can really understand, you know. The highest I've lost was 22. But other than that, it's not a big situation. All I know is we're trying to get back up there. But the only two that can normally get me back up there with love, support, and plenty of respect towards the group is Running Egg and Tuba. Those two are one of the goodest. I mean, they're always part of the family now, you know. There's a lot of respect between each other, and knowing what anybody likes about each other. It's like if there's anybody new, tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me what you do on your channel, so that way people can see what you're doing. You know, the more comments, the more likes, the more support that people will have on your channel. That's exactly the important thing on them. All right, guys, we're gonna get some news. We're gonna get to some news right about now. The best way you guys can see what we're doing and what I'm doing between my content. The best way you guys can get support is if you guys hit that red support button, so you guys can see we got all civilians out of the way, so they can get their ass out of here. Let me read this real quick. We have Wingman's orders. Soldiers of God. Kill every Heriton dog that escapes the attack on Gretique Bridge, but do no fire upon the long ship painted yellow. That vessel carries the herald of our great victory by the Lord himself, Wingward. Oh, that's nice. I would almost take that between a different thing. But yeah, you guys can hit that red support button, hit that like button, stay connected all together to Running Egg and Tuba. We don't do S for S anymore. All we have to do, we just have to keep doing what we're doing. You know what you're doing, and that's exactly the most important thing that people want to see about your channel. But yeah, stay connected. add a playlist if you guys can, and if you guys have a Twitter. That's why, I mean, I always recommend the two apps you guys can follow me under, Twitter and Discord. The thing about Twitter, you guys can give me your first and last name information through Twitter. You guys can always see my content's been pretty good, and as always, since I've been with YouTube with you guys for over 2 years, as good as anything. If you guys have Twitter, you can do so by following me on Twitter at ZachDawson. The numbers are always the same, guys, so really, they're never changing. I don't plan on creating another Twitter. But I don't see anything bad happening going forward, so far today, so you guys can give me your first and last name information through Twitter. The numbers are normally the same, guys. I'm gonna repeat them maybe just like 1 or 2 times. And here it is, guys, 824-656-00. Again, guys, join the group, 824-656-00. Not only you guys can connect with me on Twitter, you guys can do the same thing on Discord. Tell me you guys said hello. If you guys would like to discuss anything at all, anything you'd like to discuss between the group and the chat, we can do anything you guys like to discuss. It's not going to be a problem with any views and beliefs. As long as we know what's next, what will be the next step for your channel, or what people would like to do on their channel. So, as long as most people talk it out, as long as we talk it out and talk plans, that's a good thing to look into, you know. So you guys can send me a friend request. Tell me you guys said hello the same way between that and Twitter. And more importantly, guys, we watch our videos in full. Hit that support button. Like a video in full. Share it. Tweet it out. Leave a good comment. Stay connected. And more importantly, guys, after you add it to a playlist and leave a good comment, never ask for support back in between. If you guys want to vote for the idol, you guys can vote and land at 32, the greatest showman at 13. Usually it would not be too hard if people can always do the same thing at the same time. It's always something for people to look upon anything. Alright, guys, we'll get to news in just a second. Let's go and get a little bit of this runestone. As we now are reversing to the Superior Hunter Bow. As you guys have seen, we actually did upgrade some of that real quick. But it's a little more interesting thing. Any stuff you have that are in your inventory that you have equipped so far today, you can choose to upgrade it anytime you like, so which is a little more generous. Alright, guys, we're gonna get to some news today. Today's date is January 27th on a Wednesday.
Have you got a contract for
you guys already know I'm going back to work tomorrow and Friday, and then I'm off Saturday. So, we'll get to more on that later. Alright, guys, let's get to our first article this morning. So,
I have to go. See you soon.
Okay, first one, guys, 9 hours ago. How to solve the Dartmoor murder mystery. Well, Hitman 3, here's the thing. Hitman 3 has been out since last week, and more importantly, as a lot of us have already seen the graphics of Hitman 3 look really good. They look really good, they look a little more outstanding, so the 9 out of 10, respectfully today, and, you know, I think it's much better than the first and second one for PS2. I mean, that's really an honest, normal opinion out of it, but I haven't had a chance to play Hitman 3 yet. I probably won't. I mean, since Lord of the Rings Gollum's not coming up till next year, I would maybe try to play it, but it all depends after I beat Spider-Man Miles Morales, because I have no clue when I'm going to be replacing after that, though. But it's going to take some little extra time to get right into. So we'll see what happens. You guys can look at the best battery cases for the Nintendo Switch. I don't know when I'm going back to the Switch, it'll be pretty soon. But I don't have a release date for it. But pretty soon I will probably jump into that as good as we can. Okay guys, The Elder Scrolls Online. As they call it, Blackwood is a prequel to Oblivion. And if you guys want to know when it's coming in, it'll be coming in June. Now, I've only played maybe like 1 or 2 expansions. I think it was 1 expansion. It was the Grim. I don't think I've played the first 2. But playing Elder Scrolls Online is a good game. You know, Skyrim was really interesting between the bottom of it, but at the end it was really good. And most of us already know, thankfully, it's on the 2013 to 2014 Game of the Year. Well, you guys already did see, I've had Skyrim a couple times. The graphics are very nice, generous, and the gameplay is really good too. But, you know, it's just that I haven't played any expansions for Skyrim. Actually, no. For Elder Scrolls Online. I've only possibly had the game for pretty much for a little while. And then I pretty much just got tired of the game, and so I decided not to interfere and go back to what I'm doing with it. But it's like if I would have played Skyrim one more time, I would go back and start the series from scratch a little bit. But we'll see what happens. So I can get this bastard out of the way. It's like he does not want to get himself manipulated or something. See if we can get this bastard poisoned. Get ready, guys. Maybe he doesn't feel like being poisoned. Come on. Nope. I also, well, by the way, guys, I watched a couple of good I watched a couple of good movies last night. And basically, I've seen this one movie plenty of times. It's called Dumb and Dumber, and it's about 2 characters returning a woman named Mary to return her briefcase to her. And you know, it's like if we return something inside of a movie, it's a little more important to give that briefcase or whatever item you have. If you're starting the movie, you know, it's always important to return it to the owner. But if it has a lot of money, like say fucking millions of dollars or something like that, it's always nice to have respect and be a gentleman or be a woman to return something. You know, that's the important thing. So, okay, guys, back to news. You guys should check out a video of the Elder Scrolls Online Gates of Oblivion of the Blackwood expansion trailer. Like I said, I think the DLC will be really good. Okay, guys, back to news. Nintendo reveals Monster Hunter Rise Special Edition Switch model. Oh, okay. Let me see that real quick. I'm gonna see if there's anybody else that wants to get the rest picked a little bit. Well, we do know one thing, guys. We have a little bit with no society. I would expect, but can we try to open that real quick? Hold up a minute. I'll tell you what. Maybe this asshole just really wants to pick the bones out of me. Come over here and see what happens when I knock your ass loose. Come over here. Come on, come on. You're not shooting me with that stupid arrow, pal. Because people may never know how long they're going to hold, how much they're looking to hold their bow and arrows at this point. So I'm not gonna even try to put an intriguing idea out of them. But sir, okay, that's a long article. No thanks. I'm not a big fan of Monster Hunter, but I've only did possibly just like 1 or 2 episodes. That was it. It was really not much I was going to unlock in between it. Oh, look at this, guys. We have the House Carl's axe. Ooh. Can we try to equip that? Or hold up a minute. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Set up a minute. Let me double check this. 51, 50. I think I'm going to pass. I'm also keeping my bow and arrow too. Okay, increase that. As it now has an attack of 62. I'm glad we take it. But yeah, that's a long article. No thanks. Like I said, guys, I only did 2 episodes of Monster Hunter World. Was the graphics of the game is not bad. Even though I'm not that bad of a fan of MMOs, but great RPGs I am. So Okay, one last piece of article this morning, guys. Cyberpunk 2077 has an official of modding tools that will be released. So guys get new episodes every Thursday, Fridays. Let me get this article real quick. According to those scribbles this morning today, CD Projekt Red has begun releasing official modding support tools for Cyberpunk 2077 so far today. Hold up a minute. I want this son of a bitch out of my way a little bit. If one of these enemies would like to kill the shit out of me, come right over here. See what happens. Or maybe not. Okay. You know what? I'll try to get my ass over here and come and get you myself, since I have some good people that'll help me quite a little bit. Can we go up here? Can we go up here real quick? Then I can sue these assholes off this balance. There we go. So yeah, so CD Projekt Red, guys, will be paving the way for more complex mods. For more complex mods for the PC version. The official Cyberpunk 2077 mod support phase explains that it will offer official tools and resources that will help you modify and create your own experiences in the world of Cyberpunk. I think that's going to be a little bit interesting. For people that do have a PC, you guys will get a good opportunity to have some modifications on it. Which I think it's going to be really interesting. A little more intriguing to see how it plays out. Since most of you guys may or may not have a PC. You guys will look upon that for sure. Get back to news in a second. We'll get these assholes out of the way. Oh, say good night. As long as it's painful between these guys, and so not even try to imitate me a whole lot. But he does have a good sign he's sealed. And he does. Ah, shit. We almost got his ass killed, guys. That's fine. Okay, guys, back to news. Now for the tools that are currently family limited, guys, are offering downloads of the game's media data and 2 utilities for listing game data and settings. But it is unclear yet if it allows modders to easily unpack and edit the game's files on it. So this could be considered a first step on the road to official mods rather than the beginning of a new influx. Yeah, I think it's I don't think it's a little bit tempting. I mean, until we see how it's going to work, see how it's really going to fit at this point. But yeah, they were going to be, yeah, it's going to continue to be updated and added a little bit, so until there's going to be a little release dates, for those of you that do have a PC, you guys will be a little more in luck for it. Okay, one last article, guys. Hitman 3 says Project 007 is in the right hands. Well, I'm not 100% sure if Hitman's main character is kind of like James Bond, but it all depends. But that's a long article. And remember, guys, it's not Bond, James Bond. And you guys can see yourselves news. Guys, we have more tonight once we do a new episode of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So, like I said, guys, my content's been pretty. It really has. The more we all bring in, the more people that are part of something, and more of and having more of an opportunity to have something. You know, great content comes great responsibility, and people can jump right in and see what we've been up to. I don't think my pun's coming in the chat this morning because he has an appointment this morning around 8:45 or 8:30, and yeah, she's not going to be in this morning, I think. And plus, guys, like I said, she also has well, she did quite well with her physical by the end of last week, and she's ready to get back to making big bucks again. And apparently she wants to have a fucking money competition. But anyway, guys, you guys already understand how much I've had during Black Friday. I was in the highest 5 digits during Black Friday when I was in Walmart in my first or second year back then. You know. And what really surprises me is that I'm gonna be at Walmart for 4 years in the next couple more weeks of next month. And that will be, guys, on February 23rd. It's the same date as Superman and Lois is premiering on the CW channel. And it will be a real nice treat for a 2-hour season premiere event. So, I mean, the first series premiere of that. So, I mean, I am planning on I'm planning on watching it for sure, see what I think. But the trailer does look really good. I don't know if I would consider it better than Batwoman. But my point, as you guys can already see, my point has catched up a little bit with Batwoman. But I've wanted to not finish the entire first season, so I really did not. But the series of Batwoman was good. It's just that Katie Kane is not in season 2. You guys remember this woman? This one female that's already taken over Batwoman, and I already know her name with the memory in the top of my head a little bit, but not as much. It's really not as much to clear something out of it, but it's all good. But yeah, like I said, I really have not catched up with Batwoman a whole lot. Not the same with the Flash, but most of us have the other intriguing idea. It's really not a problem. Alright, guys, we're gonna go back to the missing hunting, as we'll be doing an Island of Eels. The Island of Eels. So what we want to do is we'll be grouping with Selma's clan, and we'll talk with Selma. But at least it's a good thing, guys. We did find Selma a couple weeks ago. You know, I just had to figure out. We want to find and assassinate somebody by the name of Wigmud, as he has retreated to the Isle of Ellie Monastery. So let's see where we can find this one person. Hopefully he's not a little more powerful than some of us, I would think. Alright, guys, as long as we're a little more surrounded, we might be okay. I think we should be.